Hey, it's Liam here with another frozen food review, and this is Stouffer's Diner Classics Salisbury steak, everybody's favorite frozen dinner. Maybe not everybody's favorite, but one of the most common ones. It's always half decent. I actually like Salisbury steaks like this, even though they have mushrooms, and I hate mushrooms. They tend to be almost non-existent in these, and I don't know. It just kind of works. It's salty meat. That's all it ends up being. So this is 282 grams, so not too gigantic, but actually pretty heavy for the size of the box. And the instructions are pretty straightforward. It says put it in the microwave for 6.5 minutes and let it sit for 2 minutes. So that's a long cooking time, relatively speaking, for these kinds of meals. So yeah, basically I'm going to be waiting 9 minutes before I can eat any of this stuff. As always, you can put it in the oven, but I'm always testing these on the microwave front. And yeah, we'll see what it ends up tasting like. All right, and we're back. And let's take a look at the picture. See the meat. See a lot of mushrooms there and the fluffy potatoes in the back. And let's take a look at this. Well, lots of potatoes. And they look pretty good. The meat looks fine. You don't see the mushrooms, which there might be some in here if I kind of did. You know what? I can't see them. It's a mushroom gravy, but I honestly don't see any mushrooms. And that earns it even higher marks. So what can we say? The mushrooms in any of these always kind of disappear into the gravy, and that's totally okay. The mashed potatoes in this are really, really good. They are the best microwavable mashed potatoes I've ever had. And this is just a Stouffer's thing across the board. It's not just this particular dinner. But yeah, they're terrific. Swanson kind of made the first edible microwavable mashed potato, in my opinion. They probably accomplished that. I guess I was in high school when I had it the first time, where I wasn't grossed out by microwavable mashed potatoes. I'm going to say 25 years ago, because I'm old. But these guys have perfected it. Stouffer's deserves all the credit. The meat is thicker than most of the Salisbury steaks you can get in microwavable meals. Tastes a little bit realer as a result. The gravy actually has a really nice kind of rich, deep flavor to it. Very beefy. The only negative is that with some of the kind of like lesser versions of this, the meat is so salty. It's ridiculous. And that's the best part about it, is that it's so salty, and it shouldn't be. But that's the best part about eating one of these frozen Salisbury steaks. And this is almost too real for me. I kind of miss the salt, and I'll probably add a little bit of salt to this to make it a little bit better. But I think 99% of the population will think this is better than most Salisbury steaks that you get that are microwavable. This is just a personal preference. It's kind of what I grew up on, was the Swanson or Hungry Man super, super salty, thin Salisbury steaks. Score on this. The potatoes need to get a lot of credit. There's more potatoes than anything here, and they're so good. And then the meat is good. Like I said, it lacks a little bit of salt, but there's like a nice peppery kind of thing to the gravy. And the mushrooms disappearing is a big positive for me. I think this is an 8 out of 10 all day. I don't want to go any higher. It kind of lacks a freshness to it, right? Like if they made this into a bigger meal with corn, like that could be a 9.5. It's really good. Yeah, that's my rating. I just shook the screen a little bit by hitting the table, so try this.